Imagine making $100 million in a single day, then losing it all. Now imagine doing that 4 times. This is the true story of Jesse Livermore, the greatest stock trader who ever lived, and the tragic lesson his life teaches every trader today. By age 15, he was banned from every bucket shop in Boston. By 30, he'd made and lost millions multiple times. And in 1929, while the entire world lost everything in the Great Depression, Jesse Livermore made $100 million in a single week. But his story doesn't end there. Jesse Livermore was born in 1877 on a poor Massachusetts farm. His father wanted him to work the fields, but at just 14 years old, Jesse ran away to Boston with $5 in his pocket and a dream. He got a job as a board boy at a brokerage firm, writing stock prices on a chalkboard. But while other boys just scribbled numbers, Jesse noticed something incredible: patterns. The numbers seemed to speak to him, telling him what would happen next. Within months, he placed his first trade at a bucket shop, essentially a betting parlor for stocks. He turned $5 into a $3.15 profit. Not bad for a 14-year-old kid. But Jesse was different. He wasn't gambling. He was reading the tape like a musical score. Within a year, he'd turned that $5 into over $1,000, which is equivalent to about $35,000 today. The bucket shops caught on. By age 15, Jesse Livermore was banned from every establishment in Boston. He was just too good. They called him the boy plunger, someone willing to take massive, decisive positions. His philosophy was forming. The market doesn't care about your opinion. It only cares about what's actually happening. By his 20s, Livermore moved to Wall Street. And this is where the legendary cycle began. His first fortune at age 21. Jesse turned $10,000 into $50,000 by shorting stocks during a market panic. Then he lost it all trying to pick bottoms too early. His second fortune came in 1906 during the San Francisco earthquake. While the city burned, Jesse went massively short on Union Pacific Railroad, knowing the disaster would impact their business. He made $250,000, about $8 million today. Within 2 years, gone. He'd broken his own rules, trading on tips instead of his system. His third fortune was during the panic of 1907. This is when the legend really grew. The great J.P. Morgan himself sent an intermediary to Jesse's office with a message: "Please stop shorting the market. You're making it worse." Jesse made $1 million in days, then lost most of it again. But here's what made Livermore different from every other trader who goes broke. He studied his losses obsessively. He said, "There is nothing new in Wall Street. There can't be, because speculation is as old as the hills. Whatever happens in the stock market today has happened before and will happen again." He developed rules. Never trade on tips, cut losses quickly, let profits run, trade in the direction of the trend, wait for the perfect setup. But knowing the rules and following them are two very different things. October 1929. The Roaring Twenties were ending, but nobody wanted to believe it, except Jesse Livermore. While everyone else was buying stocks on margin, convinced the party would never end, Livermore saw the pattern. He'd seen it before in 1907. The tape was telling him the same story. He went massively short. Not just short, massively short. He bet almost everything against the market. October 28th and 29th, 1929, were Black Monday and Tuesday. The stock market collapsed. Fortunes evaporated. Millionaires jumped from buildings. The Great Depression began. And Jesse Livermore? He made $100 million, equivalent to about $1.7 billion today, in just a few days. He was now one of the richest people in America. The newspapers called him the Great Bear of Wall Street. He'd achieved what every trader dreams of. Perfect timing on the biggest move in history. You'd think this is where the story ends happily. A master trader, unimaginable wealth, vindication of his entire system. But Jesse Livermore's greatest enemy wasn't the market. It was himself. By 1934, just 5 years later, Jesse Livermore was bankrupt. Again. How? The same patterns that destroyed him before came back to haunt him. He stopped following his own rules. He traded cotton, wheat, and commodities he didn't understand well. He took tips. He held losing positions, hoping they'd come back. He let his ego override his system. He lived extravagantly, multiple mansions, a yacht, expensive wives, and a lavish lifestyle that required him to keep trading even when he should have stopped. He also dealt with personal demons: depression, alcoholism, troubled family relationships. His son later said his father was a genius at reading markets, but couldn't read people, including himself. By 1940, broken and battling depression, Jesse Livermore walked into the cloakroom of the Sherry Netherland Hotel in Manhattan and took his own life. He was 63 years old. His suicide note to his wife read, "My dear Nina, can't help it. Things have been bad with me. I am tired of fighting. Can't carry on any longer. This is the only way out. I am unworthy of your love. I am a failure. I am truly sorry, but this is the only way out for me. Love, Laurie." The man who'd made and lost more money than almost anyone in history died with less than $10,000 to his name. If you or someone you know is struggling, please know that there is help and hope. Resources are available, and reaching out is a sign of strength. We've included links in the description below. Jesse Livermore's story isn't just a history lesson. It's a warning and a blueprint. The first lesson is that systems mean nothing if you don't follow them. Livermore knew the rules. He'd proven they worked. But he abandoned them when emotions took over. Second, protect your capital like your life depends on it, because it does. Every fortune he built, he lost by risking too much. Third, the market rewards patience and punishes impatience. His best trades came from waiting. His worst came from forcing action. Fourth, success in trading doesn't guarantee happiness in life. You can win the market and still lose everything that truly matters. And finally, know when to walk away. Livermore never learned this. He couldn't stop, even when he should have. Before he died, Livermore wrote a book called How to Trade in Stocks. It's still studied today because his insights about market behavior were decades ahead of his time. He understood that markets are driven by human psychology: greed, fear, hope, and panic. But he also proved that understanding the market isn't enough. You have to understand yourself. The question for all of us is, will you learn from Jesse Livermore's brilliance, or will you repeat his tragic mistakes? Let me know in the comments which legendary trader you want to hear about next. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe for more stories from the greatest traders in history.